and welcome to the channel. Today I am in the garage. I just finished cutting and edging the grass, just trying to get that a little bit cleaned up. I'm not a professional. Y'all already know I don't like grass, so it's not the best, but it looks nice if you're not looking real close. So I thought I would take a break, have a little Soleil water, and show you all what I've gotten in the mail and a few things I picked up from the store that I probably will put in the garden this fall and in the spring. So let's get into it. You all can hear me. As you see, I'm in the garage. I have my garage fan on. It is really loud. I bought a new fan about a month or so ago because the little fan that I had in here was just not adequate. And I feel like I am turning into a rendition of Frosty the Snowman when Frosty is out and the sun is coming. Have y'all seen that old cartoon when Frosty starts melting? I walk outside and I start melting. And so I had to buy a bigger fan. Costco had this fan on sale, regularly over $100. Got it for like between $60 and $70. So I felt like it was a must buy because I do work in my garage. I've got tools in my garage because I do stuff, a little bit of tinkering. And y'all know I garden in my garage during the fall and winter time. So yeah, my garage is a place where I spend a fair amount of time. I've got all of my canning stuff over there, all of my jars, all of the jars that I use that I've kept and I'm reusing, and I use those for dry goods. All that stuff is over there. So my garage is a place that I store things that I use on a regular basis. Besides my ladders, because those don't get used. But either way, that's not what this video is about. I'm in the garage. So let's get into what I've been picking up at the store and online in the local area. Yeah, let's do that. I picked up some shallots. I love onions. My family and I love onions, but growing bulb onions, I haven't been 100% successful with getting a really big bulb. I get onions. I do have some small ones that I've already harvested. I didn't take you all along. I may show you on my Instagram a picture of what I harvested. It wasn't a lot. I told you all in a previous video that I don't know what happened. My mind just kind of blanked out and I didn't harvest everything I should have in time. So stuff just kind of went back into the garden, like the garlic. That'll pop up again next year when it's time to grow. So not really concerned about that. But onions, love onions, love leeks. I have a ton of leeks growing in the garden right now, in the back garden along the fence line, in those really big pots. I'm concerned about one of the pots because I had something going to the bathroom in that pot, and I'm concerned about that. I don't want to eat something that a cat or something else has decided to use that area as a toilet. I've already cleaned out all the feces and I've covered it up, but I'm concerned that maybe I shouldn't use those leeks or that ginger. I'm gonna Google it, but hey, y'all, if that's ever happened to y'all, put some information in the description box below as to what you all did about that, because I'm concerned. I don't want to throw the food away, but I feel like I might need to because I think it's a cat. And like I said, already cleaned it up, already covered it up. So far, it's not getting back into that container, but I'm concerned about it because I mean, it pooed in the pot. Ugh. Ugh. So shallots, I was at the nursery that's not too far away from my house, and they also sell some what do you call these seeds? Botanical interest. And botanical interest sells a zebrun shallot that is pretty productive. So I bought some shallot seeds. Can you all see that? I hope you guys can see that. I bought some shaboon, a couple of packs. So I'll be sowing these in a container like the onions I sowed last fall in a container. I ended up not putting those in the garden. They're still in the container They're still growing. I hope they're not stunted, but they're going to be going in the garden this fall. I'll show you guys in another video, or maybe I'll take a picture of those and have them as my thumbnail. I have leeks growing in the garden, but I bought one more pack of leeks. I have about two or three of those really big pots in the back garden by the back fence that's full of leek seedlings. And so, like I said, I don't know whether or not I should use that one pot. I don't know. I'm going to Google it. But you all put some information in the description box below on what you think about that. So that's what I bought at the store. I was also at H-E-B, that's our local grocery store, and I came across some raw peanuts, a huge bag of raw peanuts. The peanuts that I bought online several years ago, they grew in the garden quite well, but this year they did not come back because they did not touch the ground. Peanuts don't grow like any other legume. Peanuts are not nuts, they're beans, legumes, and so they need to touch the ground. It's not really a runner. Y'all know I'm bad with names and terminology, but they send out long shoots and they touch the ground. They've got to touch the ground in order to reproduce. And I moved everything up onto something, either a pot or a bucket, and so they did not, and they didn't return. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to soak me some peanuts, put them in the containers, and if I don't get peanuts, that's fine. I've created 5 to 7 new containers here recently, and that soil is not the best, most fertile soil. So I am going to be enriching that soil by putting legumes, beans, peas, compost, worm castings to get that soil up to par, because right now it is not growing the food in the 2 pots that I'm using. It's not growing the food the way it needs to. The food is growing, but the tomatoes are not large. They're very small. So I need to enrich that soil in order to have a large harvest. So that's what I got from the store. I live in Texas, South Texas, and so does the okra lady. And so I ordered a few things from the okra lady, and I wanted to put these in the garden. These will be going in the garden in the next couple of weeks. One item I've already put in the garden because that was the first thing I bought from her, and I'm going to tag the okra lady. I've already left her a message on her Etsy store. I bought some roselle from her, and that roselle sprouted within 24 hours. I put the seeds in the water the same day I got it. Within 24 hours, the seeds began to germinate. I put them in the garden, and I have little bitty roselle plants, about as long as my hand, maybe a little bit longer, growing in the garden. I've got 4 of them. So I was very, very impressed with the roselle that I've gotten from her. My roselle did not do anything. I don't know if the seeds were viable. The seeds obviously weren't viable. I don't know why they weren't. They didn't grow. So I got some roselle from the okra lady, and I am in love with the roselle that I got from her. I was watching, I want to say, Gardening with Lisa, and Lisa talked about, no. I was watching Gardening with Lisa, and 3 other ladies have a chat that they do once a week. And I happened to catch one of them. And Miss Lisa was talking about giving away, they all gave away something during that chat. And Miss Lisa gave away red tatsoi. I had never seen red tatsoi. I love Asian greens. I have the green tatsoi. And so she said she got it from the okra lady. I went ahead on and picked up some red tatsoi from the okra lady. And I'm sorry if you all cannot see clearly. Let me take my filter off. I think you all can't see the seeds, so hold on one second. Sorry about that, everybody. I showed you all the red tatsoi. I showed you all the roselle, but I don't think you all saw clearly with my filter on. I showed you all the zebrun onion or shallots. I got 2 packets of those. I got that from the store, the nursery, and the King Richard leek. I got that from the nursery as well. So I'll be putting my leeks and my shallots in the garden this fall. Well, I'll be sowing them in a pot and putting them in the greenhouse. They probably won't go out until spring. We'll see. I picked up mugwort from the okra lady. Hope y'all can see that. My herbs did not germinate for me. I think my herb seeds are all old and just not viable at all. So I picked up a few herbs from her. I picked up some white yarrow. I will be sowing the yarrow and the mugwort probably today. I've already sown the roselle. I'll be sowing my fall garden very soon. So the red tatsoi will be going into the fall garden. They will be going into the green stalk. And I also bought from her some chocolate cherry sunflowers. It's too late to grow sunflowers right now unless they are a like maybe 50 day, at the most maybe 75 days. I could probably get those in the garden, but none of my sunflowers that I purchased grew. So I believe that all those seeds were duds. And you have to remember that a lot of my seeds I purchased from 2012 all the way up to 2019. I purchased a whole bunch of seeds and I was keeping them thinking that they would be viable. Maybe not all of them, but the majority of them. And so far, I have extremely low germination, so I'm having to replace many of my seeds, and I'm okay with that. I hope you all can hear me. Again, my fan is loud, but y'all, I need that fan because I have been melting. Okay, now I also picked up some stuff from In My Gardener. I just opened this up a couple days ago. I have not looked in it. I opened it up because I didn't want to open it while I was on camera. I wanted to have everything kind of ready for you all. And so In My Gardener was having his spring sale, and I tried to get a significant amount of seeds from him, things that I knew I was out of that I want to grow this season as well as in the springtime. So let's get to some In My Gardener seeds. All right, took them out the packet, my In My Gardener seeds. I didn't get everything I wanted because a lot of stuff was already sold out, but I got a significant amount of seeds. And again, these are things that I grow. They're not things that I just wanted to have just to have them. There are some people who do that. I am not there anymore. I used to buy stuff going, oh, I think I might grow that. Oh, I think I might want that. Not realizing, and this is with the new gardeners, not realizing that not everything can grow in my zone. I don't have room for everything. And because I don't grow in the ground, some things need to be grown in the ground. You have to take in consideration the size of the plant and your grow zone. If I haven't said it already, your grow zone. Do you have enough time to grow what you're ordering? And so some of the seeds that I've lived in and out of Texas. I've lived in North Texas and South Texas. I've lived overseas. And so I have been collecting seeds in all those places. And so I bought these seeds as replacements. These are replacement seeds. These are not just things that I bought because I just want to put them in the garden. They're going to get in there, but they're replacements. So let me show you what I got. I already had some green globe artichoke, but I bought those seeds years ago when I was up in North Texas. I've soaked them. I put them in the refrigerator. I put them in a plastic bag. I let them sit on the counter. I put them directly in the garden, and I have not gotten any artichoke to grow. Artichokes are very large plants, but I love artichokes, especially on pizza and dip. And so I want to put in my back garden along the fence. I have those huge pots. I have about 3 of them dedicated, 3 or 4 of them dedicated to food. And I would like to put in green globe artichoke in one of those in the back. So that's what I got there. Let me get my bag and put it back in there so I'm not dropping anything on the floor. All right, green globe artichoke is something I have never grown before, but I have a great interest in growing it. I also bought a long time ago, I think it's called Violet something artichoke. Can't think of the name of it right now. Tried to grow that as well because I wanted 2 different varieties, and none of those artichokes grew for me. I think the seed was just old because I bought them years ago. I also bought some lima beans. I enjoy a baby lima. Haven't had any limas in the garden since I lived in North Texas. So I put some lima in the garden, I want to say last year. They grew, but the seeds molded. I think they got wet and I ended up not having a harvest because I was growing those seeds to harvest those seeds just for growing the seed to put them back in the garden the following spring. And I didn't get that. So I picked up a Henderson Lima bush, 1 packet. And because I did put between 5 to 7 new containers, I will be putting some bush beans in the garden um, probably this week. Probably this week. And when I do, that's something I'll take you all along with because I have not been gardening with you guys a lot. It's been extremely hot here. This summer has, in my opinion, has been the hottest that we've had in a while because the minute you walk outside, or maybe it's just me and my body temperature, but I am pouring with sweat and I'm only outside 5 minutes. So something is off. It is extremely hot. So Henderson lima beans will be going into the garden within sometime this week. I need to check my my grow calendar. I have a grow calendar on my computer of all of my seeds and when they should be going in, and I need to check that. It's a good time to grow beans, but I want to make sure that I get optimal growth. I also bought a Ford Hook 242 lima bean bush. These will also be going in the garden. I don't have any lima beans in the freezer or canned because I can my own food if you all are not aware. I don't have any lima beans canned or dried, so I'll be putting limas in. I will be sowing more carrots. I was not successful with my carrots last fall. I only got a small few, nothing to write home about, just like a couple to snack on. And so I will be sowing more carrots. I do have carrot seeds inside the house, but I did buy the Atomic Red. I love red and purples and the purple outside, the orange inside. I love the kaleidoscope carrots. They're beautiful. So I bought another pack of the Atomic Red. I probably didn't need it because I have a whole container of carrots, but I mean, we need to grow food. So carrots, Atomic Red. I picked up more Mexican sour gherkins. These will be going in the garden probably today. I do have an old pack. I didn't think it was that old, but those did not grow. I do want cucumbers. These are in the cucumber family. They're like tiny little cucumbers. They look more like watermelon, but I want them to snack on. So these will be going in the garden probably today. It says start indoors 3 to 4 weeks before your last frost, or direct sow 3 to 4 weeks after your last frost. So you can get them in the garden. Takes about 6 to 10 days to germinate. I put them out there some time ago and no germination. Takes about 50 to 60 days for maturity. I have time. They love full sun. Yeah, right. Texas sun, not quite sure. But my cucumbers are not coming up, so we'll see. These are going to go in the cucumber pot. I'm going to try again a third time. And I didn't really need to pick up these seeds, but I picked them up anyway because Diva Jones told me she was going to send me some. And in all honesty, I was just I shouldn't have put them in the box, but in a bucket or cart, but I did anyway. So there you have it. So I picked up some sensitive plant mimosa. I'm gonna put this in a pot. Ooh, it takes about 90 to 120 90 to 100 years. Hold up. Days till maturity. 90 to 100 years. Like for real? uh, wow. Okay. This is a partial sun plant. It says full sun to part sun, zone 9 through 11. I'm zone 9A. Container friendly. Hmm. Hmm. Okay. That threw me off. 90 to 120 years. That threw me off, y'all. That threw me off. Okay. That's going in a pot. And because my herbs did not grow, because I think the seed are old, maybe I'm doing something wrong. I don't think so. So I am putting anise in the garden. Don't think this is going to do well for me. This one says zone 4 through 8. I'm not sure. Excuse me, y'all. Y'all, I said I was out cutting the grass, and yeah. I bought it because it's pollinator friendly. And what I've noticed, and I think I've said this a couple times in previous videos, is I have not seen very many bees, and I'm concerned about that. So anise, and it's white, so this is going to go in my white area in my back garden. I just made a new tire garden yesterday. I need to fill it with some soil, so that'll probably go into that. St. John's wort, because y'all, we all need some St. John's wort in our life. Everyone needs St. John's wort. If you do not know the benefit of St. John's wort, please look it up. We all need this. We all need to be growing it and smoking it so the whole neighborhood can take benefit of this. This is zone 4 through 8. It's pollinator friendly. I don't know whether or not it'll live here because it is like a scorcher. It says full sun, Texas sun. We'll see. But St. John's wort, because mine did not grow. I think my seed was old. Next seed is chicory. I have placed chicory in the garden before. It did not grow for me. And so I'm not sure if I did something incorrectly. I don't think so. But I will read the back of the packet and see if I missed a step. It's zone 3 through 9. So chicory. You can eat the roots on these. I like to grow this in order to be able to put the roots in my apothecary. There's a wasp that came in here, y'all. Go away, Mr. Wasp. I use this in my coffee. If you've ever had chicory coffee, mix this in your coffee. It's very good for you. It is rich in vitamin A and vitamin C and vitamin K, and we all need A, C, and K. So chicory. All right. I also picked up, if you're not familiar with me and my channel, I love peppers. My family loves peppers, hot peppers, sweet pepper. Now, the hot pepper, there's a limitation on my hot peppers, but we love bell peppers. And this year, I was not successful with many of my peppers, but I am not going to give up. Some of them started and some of them died. We had it's been a weird spring, and then it got hot. I think my seeds were old on many of them. They did not germinate. The ones that came back from peppers that I just dropped inside the pot, I think they got too much water in the beginning and they just died off. So I bought a purple beauty bell pepper. I used to have purple bell pepper when I was in North Texas, and I would love to have bell pepper again. It takes about 75 days, so I'll be sowing these seeds in the garden probably this weekend. I also picked up a chocolate beauty bell pepper. I'll be putting this one also in the garden this weekend. I picked up more cayenne long. Can never have enough cayenne. I bought cayenne seeds. I don't know if they're viable, but I will be sowing this seed to see, because those cayenne did not come up, y'all. I even bought a purple cayenne from M.I. Gardner, and that cayenne didn't do well either. So I'll be sowing this seed as well. It says 75 days to maturity, so I'll be sowing more seeds for all of my peppers. I've already done that, but I'm doing it again because I want peppers, and I will do my best. I'm going to try a different method of protecting them this winter, because I'm going to overwinter them again. I'm going to try a different method and see if it works. Spring blush peas. I'm not successful with peas because it's too hot. We don't have much of a spring here, but I'm going to do my best to figure out how to grow peas. I love a pea. And so this is the spring blush pea. These are going to be going in the garden in the fall. I also grew or tried to grow some golden sweet peas, but it got too hot and they died off. I had to protect them from the sun. These are 60 days, so I'll be putting these in the fall as well. I have more shade cloth going up, more shade cloth extended, so I should be able to grow peas. We'll see. I'm not going to give up. I'm going to get some peas. Blue shelling snow peas. These are peas that you go ahead on, take them out the pod to eat. I want to be able to put these in a can them, or eat them fresh. The other peas, let's see. It doesn't say take them out the pod, but you might. I think you can eat the. I think you can eat these pods. I'll double check. I'll do some detailed reading because I'm not 100% certain. Let me see. I'm not certain. I'm trying to scan it. I'm not certain if you can eat the pod. I think you can eat the pod on these. I think you can. I do still have some peas. I have some Oregon snow peas. Those are also going to go in the garden because they're supposed to do well in cooler climates, and so I will get those in the garden in the fall as well. They always send you a nice packet to save your seed. I have yet to use them because the seeds I saved end up being more than just this size, but I'm grateful. So thank them for that. I will eventually use it. The other thing I picked up was the giant Marconi pepper. I've never grown the Marconi, but I keep hearing good things about them. So I will make space and I'll put this one in the garden again, 75 days to maturity. So I have a bucket that this can go in. So I'll be growing these in a container inside of the cattle panel. I'll get them in the garden this week. I also bought another pack of the cayenne purple. I bought a cayenne purple from him last year. It didn't really grow. Um, One of them germinated out of the 4 that I sold. So I bought another packet. I'm going to sow some out of this packet and see if there's a difference. But I need more cayenne in my life. So cayenne is going in 75 to 85 days. Cayenne is going in this week. American purple top rutabaga. I'll be sowing rutabaga this fall. You can eat the tops as well as the bulbs. I bought a lemon queen sunflower. Like I mentioned, my sunflowers did not grow for me this year. This is a 90-day to maturity, but I'm not going to put this in until the spring because I don't think I'll have enough time. I could, but I don't want to waste the seed. I bought some mammoth sunflowers. This is 80 to 90 days. This will go in the garden in spring. I planted several different types of sunflowers, um, 2 or 3 times. None of them came up. I think all those seeds are old. And so, again, this is 80 to 90 days. This will go in the garden in the springtime. I want this for the seeds to be able to grow my own plants without having to buy seeds again, as well as feeding my family, because my sister, my mom, as well as myself, we like sunflowers. And this also attracts butterflies and bees, as well as a few other bugs that I don't really care much for, like the leaf-footed bug. And so, but anyway, sunflowers. This is one of my grandmother's favorites. So I'll be sowing that. She used to always sow the giant ones by her trash can. And so that's what'll be happening next year in the cut flower garden. I also bought some evening sun sunflowers. Yeah, evening sun sunflowers. And these will be going in the garden next year. I'll start those in the greenhouse in probably in January. I bought some Amish paste tomato. I already have some paste tomatoes, some San Marzanos, and some Romas, some baby San Marzanos, and Arctic something or other that I got as a free seed. Those are tomatoes that I prefer growing. I love to grow Amish because I use this to make chili, to make tomato sauce, to make diced tomatoes. And even though my tomatoes did not do very much this year, oh, it says here, store in a cool, dark, dry place. Okay. So tomatoes. I do have tomato plants in the garden, but they're making very small tomatoes. And I do believe that is because of the heat. So Amish paste will be going in the garden in, I don't know. I'm not sure. Might be springtime. I might start these in the spring. Last but certainly not least, I'd already picked up some of these the last year when he had his spring sale. They'll be going in the garden this fall, and I'll probably sow all of the beets. There aren't very many in here, so I bought an assorted mix of beets. Um, I don't care for the taste of beets. My adult self have tried them. I don't care for them. And so what I try to do is, gracias. What I try to do is, sorry. What I try to do is dry them or pickle them. I'm gonna try roasting them one more time, but my adult self don't like beets. But I need them in my life because beets are very good for you. They're good for your blood. I'm not a doctor. I'm not a dietitian, but I know from personal experience if you are incorporating beets, beet powder, beet chews, it has helped me. I've never had any type of high blood pressure, but as I get older, I'm noticing that some things are changing for me. And so to keep everything flowing the way it needs to flow, I've added beets into my daily regimen of things I take. And so I'm going to be growing a whole lot more beets this fall, and I'll be getting these in the next few weeks because it's time for me to start thinking about my fall garden. And so that is all I have today, you all. I've got some things I've got to rush off to. I'm being texted right now. I can see I need to answer that. So thank you very much for joining me in my garage grow space. I hope you all enjoyed the haul that I have, the seeds that are going to be going in this week, as well as in the fall and some in the springtime. I hope that you enjoyed this video. I hope that you're growing something. I hope that this inspires you if you're not growing anything yet. And if you are not growing, start growing today. So until I see you again, either in my front garden, my back garden, or maybe even canning in my kitchen, I hope you have a good day. Until then, bye for now.